This is the news at Daybreak Saturday.
Good morning and thank you for watching the news at Daybreak. I'm Harley Strickland filling in for Amanda LeBreau. This morning we continue to follow a triple deadly shooting in Glenn and McIntosh counties involving a suspended Glenn County police officer. Lieutenant Robert Sasser is the only suspect in the killings, according to police officers. Officials say one of the victims is his estranged wife, Katie Sasser. It's time to get your rear in gear this weekend. The 7th annual race begins in the morning at 8:15 with a kids race and 8:30 with the 5K. Packet pickup will continue until 6 o'clock today, but don't worry. If you miss the deadline, you can come in the morning before the race beginning at 7 to pick up your packet and your t-shirt. Yes, they definitely will be. Everyone from Gulfstream to port employees will be affected. Right now, there's no timeline on when this road will be back open, but officials say the impact is on a much larger scale. Vice President Mike Pence will be making his way back to the state of Georgia this week. Not to Savannah this time, but to Atlanta, our state capital. Applications for the fire fee discount have been extended until Friday, June 15th. This extension comes after the number of applications received have nearly doubled in the past few days. The Revenue Department has received nearly 1,000 calls each day for the past 3 days from property owners seeking help with their applications. Right, as you can see behind me, it is still a very active scene. Police officers tell me 2 people got in an altercation. That altercation led to one man being shot and another being arrested. Right now, police do not have any more information. The victim was carried to the hospital for treatment. Right now, they are trying to gather information and talk with neighbors to see if anyone saw anything or heard anything that happened at this scene. Again, this is at 49th Street and Bullock Street. They said the altercation happened near here somewhere. Of course, we will stay on scene and try to bring you the latest details in this case. For now, I'm live in Savannah. Harley Strickland, WTOC News. Lots of drivers are hitting the road this weekend for the 4th of July holiday. But if you're driving in Georgia, you can't use your cell phone behind the wheel starting tomorrow. The new hand-free phone law goes into effect tomorrow. You can't record or watch videos or write, send, or read text messages. As you can see, the back wall of the Outback is still boarded up after that van came crashing through. The managing partner at the St. Simons Island location came to the Savannah location today to assess the damage and make sure the employees are taken care of. That's right, Amanda. It is the biggest weekend of the year here in Claxton. The Evans County Rattlesnake and Wildlife Festival is celebrating its 51st year this weekend. That's right, guys. Having that reroute in mind, that detour in mind, where you're going to go, how you're going to get to work or school is key in this situation. I'm here at Crossgate Road and Gulfstream Road where they meet Highway 21, and this is one of the sections that is being rerouted. Of course, the police are out here with cones redirecting this traffic. Right now it isn't too busy, but as people begin to leave for work and school, traffic could become worse. Because of the Amtrak crash this morning, Amtrak has had to reroute many of their trains. Some of those trains going to Hamlet, North Carolina, and the others coming here to Savannah. Grab your socks and don't forget your glasses because it's time for this year's Red Shoes Run. Michael Kinney will lead the 194th Savannah St. Patrick's Day Parade and sit in honor as the new Grand Marshal. One of the main reasons for this road widening project is for the sidewalks. Why, you may ask? The reason is the foot traffic beside this busy road that has caused this worn path beside the road. It's causing many concerns for people who use this road as a walking path. Yes, it did, but it is still going on. I just watched a fashion show up here on the stage, and I'm waiting for another one. It is a great time here. Jewelry, clothes, shoes, whatever you can imagine for ladies and men is here at the Southern Women's Show. I caught up with Kelly earlier today. Kelly is here enjoying the show. Tell me what you've seen so far. As you can see behind me, work has begun here in Bullock County. A new agricultural center and much more is coming right here to this area. Monster trucks, dinosaurs, and chaos. It's all here at the Oglethorpe Speedway this weekend. Yes, guys, the airport is getting back to normal. It was closed earlier, but it is now open. It was very busy earlier today as passengers waited to see if their flight would be delayed or even canceled. The Savannah Police Department responded to 2 separate incidents on Saturday evening. The first one was here at West 49th Street and Bullock Street.
I just heard like 3 little shots, like ta ta ta. Saw the police flying down the street. I thought it was chasing somebody, but then they started stopping. So I'm like, okay, something had to happen close by. So I'm like, let me find out what's going on.
Those shots that Kinlaw heard were shots that sent one person to the hospital.
I just see Buddy on the ground. I still don't know who it is.
And neither do we. I reached out to the police department today, but no new information was available. Residents in the area say it's been a while since something like this has happened in their area.
Most of them was kind of scared, kind of nervous.
Just after this shooting, police were called across town for a different incident. The second incident on Saturday afternoon occurred here in the 2200 block of East 41st Street. Around 7:30, police arrived at the area to find 33-year-old Kareem Palmer dead.
Everybody know one another and care about one another in the neighborhood. So I wish the family well.
According to police, Palmer died of unknown injuries, but the case is being investigated as a homicide.
I wish the family condolences in the situation, and whoever committed this crime, I hope they catch them, because we don't need nobody like this on the street and in this neighborhood in Savannah, Georgia, period.
I spoke with some family members of the victim today. They said they hope in the next few days they'll have more answers. In Savannah, Harley Strickland, WTOC News. Well, the airport is definitely operating better today than yesterday, but some travelers are still stranded today. The weather in the Northeast is causing delays and cancellations for travelers here in Savannah. The airport told us safety is their #1 concern, but also with safety, it takes patience while crews work to get flights back in the air.
The main areas of issue today are Boston and New York, New Jersey, but you know, they recover pretty quickly from these kind of things. I know it's much bigger than what we had, but they're experts at it and have a lot more equipment and things that they can do. So, you know, hopefully they'll get back up through the weekend.
Passengers should continue to check with the airlines for the most up-to-date information, and make sure the airlines has your correct information as well so they can notify you with any changes. For now, I'm live at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. Harley Strickland, WTOC News.
WTOC's Harley Strickland spoke with people today about paying those high prices.
As people remove their receipt from the gas pumps, it's a sight they don't want to see as gas prices continue to rise here in Georgia and throughout the United States. The national average for a gallon of gas hasn't been $3 in 4 years. Right now, Georgia is averaging $2.85 a gallon. That's a 63-cent increase from this time last year. South Carolina and Florida aren't far behind the $3 mark either. South Carolina's average is $2.66, and Florida is averaging $2.92 a gallon. And while Memorial Day travelers are affected by the high prices, so are local workers. One man told me prices are so high, his work commute is being affected.
They are ridiculously high, and it makes it a lot harder for working class people such as myself to get back and forth to work. It's almost costing me a fortune to get back and forth to work.
Smith said the high prices are causing him and others to stay at home this holiday weekend. AAA estimates 41.5 million Americans will travel by vehicle this holiday weekend. That's up 5% from last year. In Savannah, Harley Strickland, WTOC News. Georgia's flu-related death numbers continue to rise. As of today, there are 66 total confirmed flu-related deaths in Georgia. 13 of those deaths are here in our area, with 9 in Chatham County. Along with the rising flu numbers, there has been a shortage of Tamiflu, the medication given to patients for the flu. With the shortage of Tamiflu, it's been hard for sick people to get their hands on the medication. Now that the generic brands are in pharmacies, it's easier for people to find the medication and at a cheaper price.
When I got up that morning, I couldn't hardly swallow. I was achy all over, and my head was hurting.
Sandy Rodriguez woke up a week ago with symptoms of the flu. After a doctor visit and a prescription for the generic of Tamiflu, she is back at work. Her pharmacist says she isn't the only one making their way to the pharmacy.
We've had hundreds, literally hundreds of patients come through the pharmacy in the past 4 to 6 weeks getting flu medication.
Dixon told me that the shortage was caused by supply and the rise in flu cases.
Most supplies are back in stock now. So most pharmacies do have the capsules and the liquid for the children. Occasionally we'll have a sporadic shortage and for a day or two, and then we get more supplies in.
Dixon said the different generic medications for Tamiflu are about 20% less than the brand itself. I checked with local pharmacies today to get their price on Tamiflu and the generic brand. Without insurance, Tamiflu costs between $160 and $185. The generic form costs between $100 and $155. I asked Rodriguez if she thought the generic of Tamiflu helped her, and this was her response.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, and that cough medicine, whatever it was, it just cleared my throat right up. I mean, I could swallow, and I didn't have any problems at all after that. So and I've been back to work every day.
It's important to remember to talk to your doctor or pharmacist about Tamiflu or other generic options before taking them. In the studio, I'm Harley Strickland, WTOC News.